Hi all, welcome to Balkan Shipyards, Pacific Proa, 735 long, flat bottom, double bottom. So this is all 8mm poplar, the bottom is 12, the original bottom, all glassed over here double, so I'm 80 and 160 above. I did the whole boat in 80 gram and then I went to 160 grams just to above waterline, which waterline is actually somewhere there. And I went to about there. Everywhere. And then I glued on this. This is birch. After the boat was glassed, I made thickened epoxy. I sanded really well the whole hull. And with thickened epoxy and wetting out the birch from the inside, the 6mm birch, very hard. And it's the cheapest hardwood ply you can get, and birch is the best in the West, like poplar is too, though birch is heavy, whereas poplar is light. Both don't like water. Both are glued with phenol formaldehyde. Both have been through Balkan Shipyards water tests. That means they've been lying in jars for weeks. Neither of these materials from this manufacturer delaminate. This comes from Chilean, it's 100 kilometers away. Welder make this ply, I'm very proud of them. So this 6mm bottom is actually, what do you call him? Smash him up and throw him away. The boat is sealed under it. Now this gets sealed on again. Okay, we're going to pour another. I'm probably going to go 150 minimum over here. Yes, glass up to about here. Yeah, just overlap it a little bit. So that's to get routed and made and stuff. And this is a sacrificial bottom. You smash the shit out of it, you land on rocks as much as you want, and you then, if the boat's still good, you can plane it off or chisel it off or do whatever you want or sand it off. Sanding is not nice because you breathe the stuff and it goes into your lungs, and then one lung doesn't work. I got one of those. It hasn't got a name, but my hernia has got a name. It's called Harry. Yeah, Harry's the best in the West. I'll show you the arm. And I got my finger. That's the short one. He's the only one who's got a name. It's called Zdravko. Zdravko in Bulgarian means strong boy. I made him on a machine like this, much bigger though. The wood flew away, there was a knot, and I lost a finger, and I named him the next day. Why? Because when you give them names, you make peace with them. And making peace with your problems, they lose power that way. And people run to the doctor for a lot of stuff. It's not always necessary. That's what I wanted to say. So that's Makeup Lake. He's up there. He's our man. So whatever you got, just give it a name and it will go away. This is Rama. This is the Havaya 30, 25. Because she was supposed to be 30. I couldn't get 30 in here. There's the model up there. That's a 30-footer with a giant leg ready to go. That thing, if you put it, that you put in the water, it will cross an ocean. And so that's what I'm trying to do over here, bigger. I'll stand on the leapod. Leapod's really strong. I can walk anywhere I want. And there she is, guys. Okay, I'll bring it down for you. Excuse the sheets. They are in a total mess. Because I can turn the rig over. This is the first Proa in the world that you can sail downwind with. Welcome, the Havaya 3025 from Balkan Shipyards, Proa One Force 213. Why 213? Because we're going 213. Why 13? Because 13 is the best number. 13 is a lucky number, so might as well just go to the luckiest of the luckiest because we're lucky to be alive. So 213, going 213. So we're going to do this a little bit smaller. The junk rig I'm going to start sewing. Today I was at the tailor guy, my bud, and we spoke about it. I estimated that roughly 100 grams to the square meter of pure polyester, 100%. But I estimate 100, I'm not sure about it, okay? Because 200 looks much more. So anyway, so I don't know, maybe it's 150. So 150 grams of just standard polyester fabric that's used for making bags. 100% polyester. So there you go. I've got akkers. Just my akkers. Now akkers you can make any way you want. This is an I-beam, a double T. And the good thing about an akka is that you can make it as strong or as weak as you want, and you can make it your own way. Now there's two ways to go. So this is akkers for her. Okay, so first of all, Proas, they don't stress their akkers. We must remember that. So you can go lighter than you could go on a catamaran or a trimaran. But leave all that to the side at the moment. Don't matter that. You got two options. You can go light and expensive, or heavy and strong. Choose. So you can go carbon, you can do all the fancy things, you can be a magician, you can do whatever the hell you want, I don't mind. But then it's expensive and light. You can go heavy and cheap. These akkers, they cost me nothing, and I made them in a day. Now they're not very heavy because I thought about them a lot, because I'm making a heavy Proa, but it's a cruiser. It's made to go off-road, okay? I can't be all this flimsy stuff, you know? You got to think about that too. So overall, this boat I can take 350 kilos. That's my payload, except for me. No, I'm with me in there. Maybe 400. I don't remember now, okay? But about 400 is my payload total, all in all. Now, that's nothing, okay? But you're cruising, and you're going fast. So you get there fast. What is fast? 6.5, 7, maybe, if you're lucky. That's cruising speed, that's your overall. So in a yearly overall, you wouldn't even do that. You would do sometimes very much, but most of the time very little. And you probably in a yearly overall, you'll be doing 5.5. But a mono of this thing that would be doing the same sailing as you for that year would have done 3. You can look at it any way you want, with all things the same, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a problem to have a Proa that can go very fast, but usually just goes faster than all the others, with a small payload. Because you get there faster, and you get there cheaper, and you get there happier. Shunting is the biggest shit out there. I hate shunting, man. No, I don't. I love it. But you've got to be a shunter, okay? But shunting is bad stuff. Shunting can kill you. That's the problem with shunting. Shunting changes the name of the game big time. Because you can't turn left. So let's say you're sailing north now, okay? You're going on 0 north. You have to go north, okay? But the wind's coming from the north, yes? And you got, let's say, to the west, you got rocks, okay? It's a rocky range over here. Okay, good. Now let's say I'm doing that. Now let's say I'm on starboard. That's for a normal boat, which is again starboard on a Proa, is just to change the stuff, okay? But okay, so let's say I'm on so I'm sailing northwest, okay, on 45 degrees, on 50 degrees, whatever now, okay? Now these rocks, the cliff on the left is coming closer, okay? Good. Now on a mono, what do you do, or any other boat? You just turn the ladder over and everything moves over, and now you're going northeast, okay? You've tacked. You've gone through the half of the wind, now you're moving away from the rocks. It's wonderful, you know, you can move away from the rocks, or you can come closer to the rocks. You can do whatever you want. But on a Proa, you can't do that. Because if you're too close now, you can't shunt. You're on starboard tack, you're going northeast, northwest, west, towards the rocks, you're going north. You can't turn left now to put the sail 90 degrees to the wind to get the other bow to come up, because you're too close. You can't just tack. A mono can just tack. You can't tack. You can't tack. You're going to get backwinded, you're going to get smashed on those rocks, you're going to get killed. It happened to me once. It was a pleasure. It was crystal clear. On my second day out on crystal clear, which was my first Proa. She wasn't the first Proa I sailed. The first Proa I sailed was Why Not? Because I was building crystal clear. I've never sailed a Proa. And then at one moment, in a week, I built a Why Not? And I went sailing on a Proa for the first time. And then I started upgrading my thing, you know, it was crab claw, but then I was using the 80 scull. And I was up and I was doing the things, you know. And I had a dagger, had a lee board on it, on one knot. And then crystal clear, when I launched this, I took her out. On the first day it was paradise. We were blow the leech in, up, and then we blow the leeches down, and it was just a wonderful sail. We dropped the hook in the bend, it was all good. The second day I go out was like a few days later, and it was about force 5. But I had to go, okay? I was staying at the beach where friends let me stay, but then the owners were going to come. So he just said, it's better you go, so I went. Okay, it's all good. I got backwinded coming out of that bay, and I got cut real bad because I jumped off onto the rocks when I flew the hook too late and the boat bit. Okay, the hook bit and but the boat was bashing on the rock already, and big breakers coming in, and the whole boat was dom, 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 and I jump off. I don't know what to do. Take my weight off at least, you know. And I'm standing in knee-high water, and I'm holding her bow, and I cut my feet so bad. I couldn't walk for 2 weeks on the shells on the rocks. There was, but what do you think? I didn't go out sailing again and again and again. I took that boat out almost every day. She was a hard shunter. I couldn't shunt that boat. Yo, man, wow, it was a job, and it was have to be perfectly done with 2 people, and everybody has to know what they're doing. And I learned shunting her because she was a schooner clap claw. I learned shunting her after about 5 days. My phone's ringing, guys. The force is strong. May it be with you. Balkan Shipyards. Keep shunting.